Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to draft an off-shoulder dress, an off-shoulder bodice and an off-shoulder sleeve.
If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel or you're new to this channel, please click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click the bell so you get notified of new videos. So let's get into the video.
So first off, I'm going to mark the top line, and that's where I'll be starting my measurement from. So now an off-shoulder dress means it is off the shoulder, so we're going to take some measurements off. First off, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement, or the shoulder measurement, on that top line, and once we're done with that, I'm going to add ½ inch allowance to that. Like I always do, from shoulder measurement I move to the bust, the arm sky, sorry. So for the arm sky, I'm dividing the arm sky of this person is 8.75, so I'm going to divide it into 2, and then whatever marking I have, fold I have on that tape roll, that's where I'm going to be marking my arm sky length. So the arm sky depth for mainly for off shoulder is usually about like 4 inches or 5 inches. You can take 4 to 5 inches off, and make sure to add ½ inch allowance for joining. Either you want to fold over the top or add like a casing at the top. So I join the point, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure the bust and insert the bust measurement. So the bust measurement is divided by 4, and I'm going to add 1½ inch allowance, or 1½ inch ease. You can decide whatever amount of allowance you want to add to your fabric. That's up to you, that's your preference. So now I'm going to join the points, and then I'm going to use my French curve, of course, to curve the arm sky. So depending on the preference of the neckline, if the person wants it lower, you can actually reduce the neckline, or you can leave it as it is. So now the person wants the neckline to be 7 inches, so I'm going to start from that fold on the tape roll, which is half of the arm sky. Now instead of marking 7 inches, I'm going to mark 6½. That's because we are going to take ½ inch allowance at the top on fold or hem, or whatever you want to do with it. So 6½ inches, and then I'm going to get my French curve and then use most of the straight part of it to curve out the neckline. So once I'm done with that, that's the neckline right there. We're going to move over to the under bust. Now we're going to be starting from half of that measurement. So if the person's under bust is 15, you're going to start from that half measurement of the arm sky on the top line, and then you're going to add ½ inch allowance to that, and then you join the points. So now on that line, we measure the under bust measurement divided by 4. You can add your dart allowance if it is not a stretchy fabric for feet, and then your sewing and hemming allowance. Now after the under bust measurement, we are going to move to the half length. Now for the half length measurement, like I said, for all vertical measurements for off shoulder, always start from that half measurement. So now we're going to mark the the half length measurement, or the waistline measurement, and for this I always add 1 inch, because ½ inch at the top and then ½ inch at the bottom. You can try to add 1½ inch if it's a blouse, so that you have enough fabric to fold at the bottom of the dress. And then on that line, we're going to measure the half round measurement divided by 4, and then add your dart allowance and your sewing and hemming allowance. And then once you're done with that, you're going to join bust to waist, and then you're going to cut out your fabric. So after cutting this out, you can place it on another fabric on fold and then cut the back out, inclusive of the zip allowance. So here it is, guys. This is basically how I cut my off-shoulder dress. And there you have it, guys. So that's the neckline, and that's everything about that. So now we're going to move to the sleeve. My fabric is folded into two. Now the round sleeve measurement, I'm going to mark it. So that's 6.25, and then I'm going to add 1 inch allowance, making it 7.25. Sorry, I'm going to mark 1 inch downward, and that's because I want that 1 inch to serve as my folding allowance at the top. And then I'm going to join the points. So if I'm adding lining to my bodice, 1/2 inch at the top, but for the sleeve I'm just going to fold, so 2 inch, so have 1 inch at the top. So now from that 6.25 inches for the round measurement, I'm going to mark 2 inches off. So that's going to be like 3 inches from the total sleeve measurement plus allowance. So I marked 2 inches off from the normal round sleeve measurement divided by 2. Now we're going to go over to marking, doing the off shoulder part. Remember, fold your I folded my tape roll into 2, the arm sky measurements. So now the folded part, I'm going to start from there, and I'm going to start from where the 1 inch I've marked out, and then mark the length of the sleeve, which is 14 inches. So I mark on the fold as well, and then what I'm going to do now is to add 1 inch allowance at the bottom of the sleeve. Do the same thing at the other side as well, 1 inch allowance. What I'm going to do now is join the points. So after joining now, I also mark the 8.75 inches on that place, join it as well. So at the end of the day, from that 1 inch mark I marked at the top to that point I'm joining now is going to be my arm sky divided by 2. I remember I took 2 inches off from that point, so I'm going to use my French curve to join the point. Now at the bottom of the sleeve, I'm going to take 1 inch out, and then I'm going to join it all the way to that point. So now my sleeve is all ready, and I'm going to cut it out. So I hope you guys understand this explanation. So here is my off-shoulder sleeve. Make sure to put your allowances where necessary so you don't fall short. So there's it, guys. So that's the arm sky. In order to check if everything is correct, make sure to measure the curve of the arm sky exclusive of the allowances. So mine inclusive, I have 7 inches, and I have 2 inches allowance on that arm sky curve, and the same thing on the bodice as well. By the time I measured it, I had 7 inches, and the allowances I'm going to take out is 2 inches. So meaning that at the end of the day, by the time you join both the sleeve to the bodice, you are going to get an accurate, you're going to get a good fitting. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye, guys.